Hello, my name is Martin. This is Strat Chat, and we are at episode 8 of our run as Rostum the First, and seeing if we can complete the intermezzo struggle. I think it's probably worth saying that in today's episode we are going to attack the Arabian Empire. Ready or not, we're attacking them. We're only going to be probably going for a dukedom. I don't have that kind of, that wonderful kind of invasion casus belli because because I'm harmonious, a harmonious dynasty here, and that's working really, really well. We're only risking losing 2 of our 7 counties in the event of my untimely death, and I say untimely because I'm only 54, which is actually 2 years younger than the actual me. So I'm not expecting to die too soon, hopefully, and nor is Rostam. But if he does, he'll pass on all of his power, really nearly all of his power, to his eldest son. But because we're harmonious, we don't have that invasion casus belli, because I think the empire is not that strong. And it helps that they got an alliance, but it's not a particularly strong ally. As you can see here, 866. Quite a few of them are men-at-arms. 600 of them are men-at-arms. Obviously, it's not inconsequential as an ally, but it's nothing special. But the military strength of the Caliphate itself is vastly made up of levies. I mean, 700 Mubarism, which, they're excellent troops. They're better than my troops. But I'm going to have, I've got my own men-at-arms. I think we can take them, and that's why I'm sort of slightly disappointed we can't do like a kind of invasion casus belli or something like that. But we can't. So we're going to be taking a dukedom, and it'll be a good way of finding out whether we can fight the Caliph. And I think there's 2 objectives to this war. One is, of course, to grab a piece of land, which is going to be very useful for our own growing power. But also, what we want to do is we want to reduce his power. We want to take away from him some of his power. So let me shrink my head and let's get into the game proper. Right, so the first thing I want to have a quick look at, we looked at the end of last time as well, is how to end the struggle. And the way we're going through Abbasid humiliation, and because we are a detractor of the Caliphate, and we want to dominate the Caliph, not found a new one. So how are we doing? Well, we got a 5 ticks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, another 5 to go. Some of them much easier than others. So if we start with the relatively achievable, we need the Sheikhdom of Baghdad, and it's a possibility today that it's Baghdad that we go for. That's certainly what Chris is recommending that we do. We also need the Sheikhdom of Samarra, which we need to hold for 5 years, and we need to hold the the Duchy of Samarra as well. So those 2 kind of go hand in hand. Take Samarra, dukedom of, hang on to it for 5 years, and that ticks those off. If we can beat the Caliphate, that should be easy to achieve. And 5 years after that, the other one, whether we go for Baghdad first, whether we go for Samarra first, these are achievable within 5 years if we can beat the Caliphate. So where are we struggling? Okay, well, hang on, this one might not be too difficult. Have at least 2 allies that hold a kingdom title. Or the realm size of the Bavanid Grand Emirate is 50 or more. I think it might very, very well be that we end up being 50 or more by the time we're able to complete the struggle. But if not, it shouldn't be too difficult to make the alliance with a couple of kings, perhaps. Next, and this is the one that's going to take time. We need to have a realm that's larger than the Caliph. He's on 138 at the moment. He hasn't gone down. In fact, this realm has increased in size. We're only on 27. Now, we've increased 2, so we're catching up with him, but he's moving away from us faster than we're catching up with him. So we need to start to bring him down. Now, the thing is, every time we gain a county, we go up 1. Every time we gain a county from him, we go up 1 and he goes down 1. So that's a kind of a much, much quicker way of bringing around the Abbasid humiliation. So I guess that's why we really, really need to be doing. Okay, let's just have a look at some of the practicalities. Okay, so we have now got 1, We got 1,300 men-at-arms, plus the onagers. 1,000 of those are armoured infantry, so they should be quite effective. We have 15 knights, which isn't bad at all. 1 or 2 of which are very, very good. Certainly Nasser, very, very good indeed. And because we've got this... Have we got this yet? No, okay. Because we have this accolade, we do actually have a pretty good... we've been able to increase the size of our heavy infantry, and we've been able to make the heavy infantry toughness and infantry damage better. It'd be nice if we could get this to level 3, where heavy infantry damage increases by 40% and toughness by 20%. They become less costly, and we get to build even more of them instead of +2, +4. So definitely worth thinking about trying to build up the glory of these guys here. So I guess we're not going to be increasing in rank until we start getting this chap into some battles, and then there's always the risk that he dies before we get a successor. But anyway, there's no war until we get these guys up to full strength. They're currently on 100. They need to be on 500. That's going to take a few months to happen. The other thing is that we're going to be building up our money, and my plan really is that we're going to be able to buy, if we need them, and only if we need them, we're going to be able to buy some really, really good mercenaries. We had a little look at this last time, and we've got 870, so we can easily spend sort of 750 or something, and have 2,500 very, very good quality mercenaries. And I think that's going to be enough to absolutely guarantee a victory in a war against the Arabian Empire. But just in case, I might try and get an alliance. Right, all his daughters are married. Too far away to interact. So this chap I could potentially form an alliance with. Unfortunately, he's currently engaged in a war against Yemen. Be quite a useful alliance if I could form it. I might have to go with that, a significant alliance, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to let the game play through until we get to full army strength. Just quickly do this. So here's a chap who's been outshining me. So with this, it's a 32% chance he pays me money. Oh wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, I always go for that gamble now. I think I used to not, but I think it's always worth going for that gamble, especially if you're not bothered about somebody liking you a little bit less. Right, let's press go. So here's another thought, right? Because I really would like to get my accolade up to level 3, or even level 5, but level 3. I'm not too bothered about level 2, which gives me monthly martial lifestyle experience. Well, that's of no value to me because I'm not going to be going into that lifestyle tree. Obviously, I can get glory from this chap being involved in battles, and I can also from events. I don't particularly want to be doing events at the moment because this money is for the war. But maybe it's worth it. Is it worth? What is your opinion? Is it worth me doing events to try and power up those accolades? Give us some comments below if you think that I'm missing a trick here by not doing this. So why is my domain limit just reduced? Right, what's my son done? Let's just think about this. There's some of these things here. What's he done? Right, attempted to murder a family member. He's my son and vassal. Well, we want to imprison him, I think. Okay, we'll imprison him and we'll get a hook on him and he can give us some of his money. That'll teach him for trying to murder people in my family. Right, what is my poorest domain? Right, let's give this away then. So as I can keep as much of the money as possible, I'm going to give it to a Zoroastrian. It's slightly worrying that we think of them as evil and they consider us hostile. But the guy doesn't hate me. This guy doesn't hate me even less. If only I ran. Okay, so that's brought my money down a lot. But I think if I put him in here, I think we're good. Right, we're not swaying anybody. Let's just check my council. I guess I should try and sway this guy a little bit. I've got a little while to go. Let's try... Right, would a hunt increase the glory? Yeah, okay. Right, I've got a plan. I'm sticking to it. Make your comments about whether or not I'm making a mistake. Let's ransom this guy. Nice. A little bit of money. One of our knights getting better. I tell you what we should definitely be doing. Yes, we're working on improving our knights. That's good. 10.9 still feels quite low, but that's because we're still building up the army. Ah, we found a worthy accolade. Okay, let's hope he's a good knight. He's not a brilliant knight. That's disappointing. But we need to have a successor. Okay, so we're going to have to actually employ him as a knight, unfortunately. And now we can employ him as a successor. Okay, super. We're getting closer and closer to being ready for this war. So I help out Nepak. I try and get him a good marriage. And he's gone and looted one of my villages. Oh, it's a different Nepak. Okay. Oh, Nepak is the accolade, isn't it? Okay. Right. Okay, knight effectiveness goes up 10% if I defend them. And it's Kerman Shah's, not mine. Let's go for this. Get him to like me a lot more. It's nice. And all the knights like me a bit more. And they've all become a little bit more effective just before the war begins. I'm pleased with that. 65 doesn't seem too bad, does it, for a court thing? I've got space for... I haven't got any court artefacts. But very often these people come back and ask for more. Or I could just get 75 renown, which is quite a lot. Let's just go for the round. I don't want to spend money at the moment. Oh my word, look at this guy. 33. Now I can grant him Talish. He'll gain 40 opinion of me. I'm quite tempted, you know. I've got no plans to keep Talish. If I'm about to take a duchy off the Caliphate, yeah, let's go for it. Because I'm going to take a duchy off the Caliphate, hopefully. So I'm not going to leave Talish long term. Let's give it away. Make this 33 knight like me more. So this chap is a Muslim, so let's assign him to our basic taxes. We're at full strength. We could go to war. Okay, see if I can attract some really, really good knights. Argavan is unmarried. Matrilineal. Prowess. Oh, he's 51. 28. Come along. Pertenviel. Come along. Oh, this is my daughter, right? Not sure that I want to be marrying her, but let's just see what I could get. He's 25. No better than the other ones. I'm actually really tempted. I mean, he's not at all a bad commander. Okay. We're committing ourselves to this battle. Right, let's let these guys arrive. We have a 40, a 28, 26, 25. We got a 17 here, but he's going to cost me 100, which I don't really want to spend. He's not that much. He's 17. He'd be replacing like a 12. Right, what are we going to attack? Okay, let's look at the duchies. Right, my territory comes right down here. So it's adjacent to Samarra or Baghdad. Chris is highly recommending Baghdad because this is so good. Holding taxes up 20%, development growth through the roof. The holder gets additional learning per level of fame, monthly renown, lifestyle experience. It's very good, isn't it? Different culture opinion, cultural fascination progress. Okay, that is really, really good. Okay, if I go for Baghdad, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counties. I mean, once it gets back up to 100% control, I'd be wanting to just switch there, wouldn't I? This is a place with fruit orchard. It's got an income of 2.5. It's got fruit orchards, curtain walls. I mean, I can swap and change these things a little bit. It's got 3 additional holdings. One of which has the ruins of the Palace of Satyphon, which is not a huge benefit, but it's a benefit. And then we got this temple holding 2, and that's just there. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna have a look at. I'm strongly inclined to follow Chris's advice. Arabian Empire, but the other thing is that I want to take things directly from the Caliphate. I want to make the Caliph weaker immediately. Okay, Damascus is nowhere near. He's got the Sheikhdom of Samarra. See, the reason I'm slightly unsure what to go for is that the Caliph has no personal holdings in Baghdad and he has 2 in Samarra. If I took Samarra, it would literally reduce his power, which is nice. If I went for Baghdad, right, I would. That's really what I would like to go for. I suppose that in the long run increases my power much, much more. Okay, let's see what the castles are like. Okay, mostly very takeable. 6 is quite hard. I mean, I think probably Samarra's the easier of the 2 to take. Right, Chris, I'm talking directly to you. I'm taking the one that I think is easier to take and will do the most immediate damage to the Caliph. 5 years from now, it'll be Baghdad. Every time I don't follow your advice, it goes horrifically wrong. But, you know, some people don't learn. Okay, that's what we're going for. We're going for the Duchy of Samara. Are we sure we're ready? Let's just see how powerful he is. In fact, he's really not that strong. All right, that settles it. We're going to go for a conquer the Duchy, Samara. So we start small. We're going to go for one county at a time. We're not even going to go for the capital because it's inland a little bit. And we're going to keep close to our border. And we're going to be ready to build mercenaries if that's what we need to do. So I think we go for Kirkuk first. Perhaps it makes sense just to go for Hulwan. It's a more logical route. It means we have to cross a river, but that's what we're going to do. And a reasonably good commander. I can always swap and lead myself. I think we might be better with this guy though, because he can do the sieges. So his allies have joined. Right, let's see what happens. Okay, right, there goes his army. How quickly will this place fall? 6 months. Supply limit 7,000, supply limit 6,000. I think it makes perfect sense to do this. Look how easily we're going to take this place. I mean, look how beautiful this land around Baghdad looks. Chris, I'm taking it. I'm just not taking it yet, okay? Right, it'd be really, really good to go and get a massive victory against him. How long is it going to take him to take this place? 17 months. Right, we're in no rush. We don't need to go and fight him in the field. Right, let's have a look at what difference detailed ledgers makes. We're on minus 5.2. 4.7. Okay, significant difference. Right, I think we'll go and get started on Kirkuk. Right, so we've taken that, which is great news. And we've taken some prisoners and we're on 19%. Okay, right, we're now quite close. Are we going to risk it? Merge armies. I mean, what's up? Yeah, we're on 99%. We're well supplied. And we're not guaranteed a win there. Okay, so it looks like this castle won't now fall. Right, let's get them back. Guaranteed to win this. Slightly surprises me. This heavy infantry, I guess. Right, can we catch them? Ah! Oh. Right, how quickly can we take this? 9 months. I really, really mucked that up, and I kind of knew there was a danger of that. I should have been watching more carefully. Okay, there's still not at risk of taking any more of my cities, castles at the moment. Okay, they're coming for the battle. All right, so mercenaries. Okay, we got a good commander now. We should be able to take this reasonably quickly. 6 months. We've got a big, big army. I should have done this without mercenaries. Should have been able to do this without mercenaries. I'm annoyed with myself. Right, are they coming in? Yep. I'm actually winning. I can't believe it. All right, let's just have a look. Now we've had a couple of battles. Let's just have a look, see what's happening to these guys. Yeah, it's gone up a tiny amount. Okay, let's look at the victory. Right, so they lost slightly more than us. But we are now on 58%, which is nice. Onagers are coming back. 77%. Okay. Right, army should be regaining strength now. Right, the guy taking this should be him, and it is. And this will now fall in just 10 months. It's a shame we don't have the onagers. Okay, we've got to be really careful here. So this is going to be a nice victory, hopefully. Extort subjects, obviously. It's obviously going my way, even with a lot of negative modifiers. Or I can get 140 just for 150 prestige. What do my courtiers think of me? On the whole, yeah, we can afford it. Right, that was a good victory. So let's just check now. Yeah, we killed 1,500 nearly of their troops. We are likely to win. We need to watch out for these raiding armies. And have we gained a little bit of glory? Yeah, a tiny bit. I mean, not a lot, but a tiny bit. Are these guys coming in for the fight as well? Right, this is going to be nice. Okay. Right, we've got to get them back. So we've got to regain some strength here. This should actually have helped the accolade even more. Yeah, we're making some progress now. I'm making money even though all of my armies are raised. I guess another 272. Getting money pouring in even though I'm no longer bribing anybody. I'm suddenly at 931. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Right, a couple of days the army will grow again. Yeah, we're in good shape. Let's go and start taking this, save a little bit of time. Right, they're in the field. I don't think we can afford this two things at a time. Okay, we've managed to keep them safe. Right, we've won the war. Brilliant. Right, the Duchy of Samara is not created, but we've captured it. Okay. I mean, this is not a terrible building. It really isn't. Let's get him to work here. If I move over now, I'm going to lose a lot of income. But if I give them to somebody else, I have to take them back. Okay, let's give away my weakest. I don't want to change my capital. I'm going to give away all of this to Baristan. Okay, that is actually my capital. Right, he's going to be overjoyed. Obviously, we need to put him into a tax jurisdiction. So I need to think about a men-at-arms. Oh, while we're here, let's just do this. 125 from you. Yep. Oh, did I have the sheikh? Have I just let the sheikh go? Never mind. I don't believe I just did that. I'm tempted to move my capital, but if I move my capital, yeah, I can move my capital. I can still have Baghdad, even if Samara becomes my capital. Move it here. And then we go back and give away the final bit. Is it Firim? My old capital. Right, so I've now got 6 of 6. My income will have gone down dramatically. That is partly because my army is rebuilding, but it's also because I now have very little control over my principal duchy, which is over here in Samara, and I don't think I'm even the Duke of Samara. So let's look at getting the dukedom, buying the dukedom, forming the dukedom. Right, we are now the Duke. We've got plenty of money, and our income will soon go up. In fact, it's gone up to 0.4 just from becoming the Duke. Okay, now, if we have a very quick look at the end, viewing the end struggles, what we notice is that we now have 31, and they down to 137. They don't seem to have gone down very much, considering I just utterly destroyed, taken 4 counties off them, and they've gone down 1. So it shows you they're expanding in other directions. However, he has got much less in terms of like military strength. So we just need to keep chipping away at him and hoping that we're able to do this. But let's put this chap on foreign affairs, because there's a possibility of him shortening the truce. Now, I'm thinking about having some sort of event to try and add glory to this chap here. It feels like a big victory, but it doesn't feel like I've gained that much. He's defending against Emir Ali of the Zuraid Emirate. No, sorry, that's what he's fighting him for. De jure war for the Emirate of Diyarbakir. Be really, really nice to see people attacking the Caliphate. Okay, so what's my next goal? I mean, that's a chunk of land. That's not, but that's a chunk of land. Alternatively, I could attack this poor young man. It looks like everybody's been attacking him. Their military strength is inferior to us. Development here is 14, so this is where I'm going to stick this chap. And we'll leave him there doing that for the rest of the game, really, unless there's anything special we need to accomplish with him. They got a strong ally. They got strong allies. Okay, let's leave them alone for a little while then. This guy has less strong allies. Let's take a duchy off him. Yeah, I want a big fat one like that. Right, we're already on 50%. Nice big victory. Okay, so there's no point in taking that. Let's go and take... Let's just go straight over there, I think, and get the capital. Okay. I'm worried about this army moving around. I don't think they're raiders. I think that he was just already engaged in a war, so they're hostile. This place will fall in 4 months. Let's just go and keep up supply. Lovely cake, we captured it. So, right, so he becomes my vassal, which is perfect. I've gained Hammerdam. I can grant that to a random local. So, still struggling with court grandeur, though it's going to go above. Yeah, we're going to be all right with court grandeur. Okay, so what we got here? So he's a Muslim who hates me. He's a Muslim who hates me. So they'll go into this one. Can't attack till 907, another 4 years. He's losing this war. That's fantastic. Just need to see him getting weaker and weaker. Right, army is already back at full strength. So I'm really, really tempted to just go again. I mean, Sajid, what a fantastic duchy to add. Their military strength is similar to ours, and this is because of their allies, 2,800, 130. So these are not so important, but this guy's quite important. This chap himself, he's not so strong, 3,000. Could probably handle him on his own. So let's just have a little look at the struggle and how much closer I am or am not to completing it. So we do now have control of Samara. We haven't held the Vilja, that's the duchy of, the county, for 5 years, but that will obviously come in about 4 years' time. We can almost certainly take the Sheikhdom of Baghdad in about 4 years' time. But this is the one that we're struggling with. The 137, they haven't really gone down. We've gone up, but they haven't really gone down. We've gone up quite a lot, but they haven't gone down. Hopefully they'll lose this war, and hopefully we get to attack before this war is over, and hopefully somebody else attacks them. Is there something diplomatic I can do to kind of hobble this empire, to kind of like weaken it from within? I could murder him, almost certainly, and get a child on the throne. Okay, so we're going to finish there. We're obviously going to be waiting a few years so that we can now attack Baghdad and make that our other duchy and give these other ones up. We're obviously going to be building control in Samara, which is already on 16, so it's already beginning to give us some money. And obviously we're going to be doing the same eventually in Kirkuk and Hulwan. Eventually they're going to be really, really good places. We're also going to be on Tuesday, we're going to be looking at using a spy master and any other techniques that we can to try and undermine this chap. So this is really, really interesting. So I could request incursions. I mean, I have a lot of money. The Khan is very, very powerful. He would attack and take one county. If successful, a duchy will be seized. So we're going to be using some of our growing financial power to start undermining the empire by trying to murder this chap here, by bringing in, and we're also going to be bringing incursions in from places like Khazaria, and we are going to be places like Khazaria, but Byzantines can be involved. Maybe the Sahab, maybe they can be. I mean, what's this name? Amir al-Umara. Okay, he's not there. This is the only person that would accept. Okay, at the moment he's the only person who would accept because he quite likes me and he's much stronger than the Caliph. This guy won't because he is weaker than the Caliph. Okay, so it might be that as we gradually make the Caliph weaker and weaker, that the table, the scales tilt against him. And people like this, who may start to feel like they are powerful enough, and that plus 75 will be able to overcome. We'll be able to bring these people in as well, and perhaps other people. This guy's very, very similar in strength to this chap. Do you know, if we can get him weaker, and they're slowly getting stronger, maybe we can bring even more incursions in, and I think that's going to be really key here. So we'll see you on Tuesday. Have a nice weekend. Take care all. Bye-bye.